What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How is everyone doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. We got a few stories for you and a couple of questions, so let's go. Our first story of the day is about the Google Pixel 7a, a full slew of specs and the price, which we've kind of talked about some of this stuff, but let's just dive into it. So in case anything's been missed or you didn't even know, Pixel 7a will be their mid-tier kind of Pixel phone on the, I guess, yeah, it's still a mid-tier phone. 6.1 inch Full HD Plus OLED 90 Hertz display. It's got that Tensor G2 processor, which is the same as the 7 and 7 Pro. It's going to have the Titan M2 chip as well, which is a security chip, same as the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro. 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. Rear camera will be 64 megapixels with OIS 12 megapixel ultra wide. It will have Face Unlock, Android 13. The battery inside will be 4,400 milliamps, which should last up to 72 hours if you put it on low battery mode. 20 watts wired charging. It will have also wireless charging, and the price will come in at $499. Now they're still going to sell the Pixel 6a, which is I have that phone over there. It's still a really good phone, especially for the price. You'll probably be able to pick that up for like $299, and then maybe cheaper if you get it through some kind of deal or going on. But Pixel 7a should be out by June. Next two stories are a little bit of bad news, a little bit of good news, and we're going to talk about first about the Exynos 2400 processor. It's been rumored to be showing up in the Galaxy S24 series in some parts of the world, especially the parts of the world that continually have gotten Exynos processors. Now, the last S23 line of phone everywhere in the world got the Snapdragon version of the processor, and I know some of you that have the Exynos processor or had it have lag issues and overheating and battery problems. And hopefully it's been rectified with the Exynos 2400 because it's now basically official. This is coming from ZDNet in Korea, and this is from a Q1 financial phone call officially from Samsung saying that the possibility of the Samsung Exynos Galaxy S24 flagship smartphone re-entry is in progress. So what that means is, and you can read the whole article because it's linked down below, but basically on that call they said that it basically will be coming out for the S24 series of phones. Again, not everywhere, but where Exynos normally is released, which is a bit of a letdown, I think, especially when you see how great the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 has been, and then there's already talks that the 8 Gen 3 is going to even perform much better than that. So we've seen benchmarks with the Exynos 2400. They're not awful by any stretch of the imagination, but as you know, some things don't work so well. I see it as a bad thing for consumers in a way, but I see it as a good thing for Samsung. One, it keeps their costs down most likely. The other big part of it is that they're able to keep everything in-house, not everything, but they keep another piece of the puzzle inside their house. You know, they can build it, they can create software updates quicker than this because it's their processor. So at the end of the day, it's not awful, but it might be. Next up is some good news, and it's coming from that same Q1 financial call, and it's about a new foldable phone coming out from Samsung. And the latest information about this coming from Ravenga saying Samsung Electronics has hinted at a possible early launch of a new foldable smartphone, not the Fold 5, not the Flip 5. This is a move to accelerate the MX division's new momentum, which was planned for the second half of the year to overcome a weak first quarter. He says Daniel Araujo, Senior VP of Samsung MX Strategic Planning Team, said during the company's Q1 earnings call on April 27th that the company will prepare in advance for the launch of a new foldable models in the second half of the year, along with reboot marketing of existing foldables. So you might have been like, well, he's talking about the Fold 5 and Flip 5, but he says new and existing. So it sounds like he's talking about that new either tri-folding phone or folding tablet, or maybe both, but it looks like more folding devices officially coming from Samsung in the second half of this year, meaning that from June till December of 2023, there'll be one or two extra devices outside of the Fold 5 and Flip 5 that will be released. My question out to you guys is, do you want a folding tablet or a different folding form factor of a phone? Let me know in the comments down below. And if so, which kind you want and how big you want it to be. Without further ado, let's jump into our Q&A. All right, Ben's TechTube has a two-part question. He says, Greg, specifically, what kinds of widgets or cool things are you looking forward to with the odd shape of the new outer screen on the Z Flip 5? What are you hoping for? Well, I think they'll do some cool things with wallpapers. I think that will be interesting. In terms of a feature or a widget or something, that's a good question. I guess I haven't thought about specifically what I'd want because it hasn't been my main phone. And I guess to be able to control Spotify really easily, to be able to text, just stupid things like that, just normal stuff that I could do on the main display. And your second half of your question is, have you considered Samsung ever mounting the S Pen on the back, just like the Tab S line? If so, what do you think? Samsung haven't done it this far, hasn't done it or yet. I would guess because of aesthetics, when you put the pen on the back, you have like this little lump and it sits uneven. That would be my guess is why they don't do it. And then you would definitely need a case at that point because it will fall off if you just, you know, tap it or something or move it accidentally and you don't have a case on it, will fall off. So regardless, you'd have to rock a case on there, which a lot of people already do put cases. But yeah, it's a good question. I would guess it's probably because aesthetics. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have a question, leave it in the comments down below with the hashtag question, and we will see you down the road. Peace.